everybody, welcome. How are you? Good. So, happy Tuesday. It's Sip+Tip Tuesday, everybody. I'm Gabrielle Victoria, in case you didn't know. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us this week. If not, you guys know the drill. Go ahead and share, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment. And we're gonna get right into it this week as usual. If you were with me yesterday, we celebrated our first 100 subscribers. Yes. It was so exciting, y'all. We had an Instagram live party and a Facebook live party. And we just celebrated ourselves because we know that part of self-care is celebrating every single milestone, no matter how small and no matter how big. So thank you to everyone that has been a part of this YouTube journey, that has liked and shared and subscribed. Thank you to all 100 subscribers. You guys are my first. You guys are special to me. And I'll never ever forget that moment that we shared yesterday. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and say thank you once again. Thank you once again to every single person that has supported, encouraged, and given me love and light, okay? All right, so today's episode is about the difference between being alone and having alone time. So the difference between feeling lonely and then being able to revel in your own singular space, by yourself. So I actually have a friend, a guest, a sister, if you will, that is going to join me this week, virtually, of course. She is an amazing little sister. She's so intuitive and insightful, and she had a really great insight when it came to this topic. So I'm gonna give you just my little 2 cents, and I'm gonna let her take it away. Guys, I struggle with this, which is another reason why I delegated this off to her, because she has grown in that area more so than I have, and that's just being real. I do struggle with feeling lonely and being alone. I alluded to it in our last episode when I was talking about friendships and underestimating the power of human connection. I'm an only child, and I was raised by myself. I mean, I had cousins, but like on a day-to-day basis, it was me and my mom. So there's a lot of okayness that I have with being by myself. I'm okay in my own skin. I love my own time. I do find joy and rejuvenation, and I recharge by being by myself. However, there's a flip side to that, where the times where I do crave human interaction, I don't find it so easy, and I feel very lonely at times, and I'm not okay with that. I think one of my biggest fears is being alone at the end of the day, and being unwanted and neglected and abandoned and all those things. So learning to know and trust the difference between being alone and feeling lonely, that's what I guess is going to talk about today. And the only thing I can really say to that is I can only assume and only imagine that it's a difference in mindset, and it's a difference in what you put into it, obviously. Being lonely is a choice. You may be alone in your life, but it's ultimately a choice that you make to feel lonely. And I have to admit, there are times where I don't put in the effort to make myself feel any different. I just feel lonely and then I sulk. So if you're like me and this episode may resonate and you want to hear how us introverts, or how us loners, or how us single children, or if you're just a regular person, maybe you're not any of those things, but you have had moments where you felt lonely, and it wasn't because you were alone, but you just felt lonely, like no one resonates or relates to me, I'm not connected or a part of any social circle, I don't necessarily have someone I can just call up, I don't have anyone I can just hit up and be a part of my life when I need them to be. You just feel lonely. This episode is for you. And I hope that it helps, because her segment helped me. So she's gonna give you her ways of how she works within her alone time and how that has deterred her from feeling lonely, how she's been able to manage that, okay? So I'm gonna turn it over to her, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes, all right?
All right, okay. So, hey Tori, I know you wanted me to look cute, but I feel like based on the, I guess, topic that I'm talking about and my way of addressing the topic we're talking about, I should only dress how I guess I would dress to address it. So let me just get into it and kind of explain it. So on your Instagram page, you had asked what are some topics that we wanted people to talk about on your YouTube channel. And so I shared one and I said, why don't we talk about the difference between being alone or being lonely and having alone time? And I guess I said that because in this stage of my life, I'm 23 years old, I'm single, I'm kind of using this as my year to start over per se, and I'm really learning how to thrive in my alone time. I have roommates, so I'm not chronically alone all day, but I'm trying to figure out how do I make sure that my alone time is a time of growth, is a time of health, is a time of rest and reflection, and just something that is good for me. And so I am sitting here in my car and in this college t-shirt because for me, my alone time has been walking. I really enjoy walking the loop around the beach. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, so I live right near a bunch of beaches. Or I'll walk the Cross City Trail, which is just another walkability trail in the area. But I just kind of make it my me time. I use it as a health challenge. So I try and get 3 miles in just walking if I can. I put in my AirPods and I like to listen to audiobooks. And so recently this year I've started to listen to audiobooks by Black women, just because I wanted something that I can listen to and kind of feed my soul and, you know, hear other Black women's experiences and how they were able to get through life. And so I've listened to a lot of memoirs. I've listened to Becoming by Michelle Obama. I've listened to We're Gonna Need Another Glass by Gabrielle Union, The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. And so I'm really just trying to build up, learning just from other people's experiences. So I'm walking, I'm getting my steps in, I'm feeding my soul, and also at the same time I'm reflecting. Sometimes on Sunday mornings or just any day really, I'll listen to my gospel playlist, I'll listen to a sermon from church and just kind of have that time to reflect and spend with God. One of my friends put it really cool. She was like, in your alone time or in your time where you're doing your hobbies and different things like that, invite God. Invite him there and have him meet you there. And I think that that is really important, to just be present and invite him into things. And, you know, it may just be a mental thing, but I don't think it is. I think it's definitely recognizing that you're not alone, that he chooses you over and over again, and that this intentional alone time isn't a time of loneliness and despair. And so that's something that I'm working on myself. And even when I'm not in my walks and I am alone, I have to find other ways to be happy. So trying new recipes, reading a book, hard copy books, but just different things. So I'm gonna show you the beach maybe. I'll send you a few clips of that so you can see my walk, but let me get out here before the sun goes down. But I hope this video was helpful for someone. Yeah, so thank you, love you, bye.
Thank you, Sierra. That was incredibly insightful, and I thank you so much for taking the time to make this for our viewers, and I certainly hope it helps somebody out there. And like she said, it may be reading a book, it may be taking a walk, it may be just listening to podcasts or music or having your own playlist, something that uplifts you in your moment where you are by yourself, because that is a part of self-love and a part of self-care, where we are able to thrive and flourish in our own skin, and we don't need other people to recharge us and refuel us. We can do that ourselves, and we don't have to fall into the pits of loneliness and the pits of despair when we are finding ourselves alone. So thank you so much, C. I appreciate you joining us this week. If you guys want to follow her, I'll put her information in the bottom. She's super cool, super cute. Thank you guys again for joining me. I love you so much. I just can't wait for the future milestone, which will be 500. But until then, thank you so much. And I hope y'all have an amazing week. Toodles.